guys, I am here today to show you our new car. We are in our garage, so let's get started. We have a 2019 Volkswagen R-Line Black Edition. If you see me refer to my notes, I have my handy dandy notes that my husband, who is the car guru of the family, made up for me. So, what makes a black edition is that there is usually chrome here, and we have the all black, and there's usually black, or there's usually chrome here. Also, the rims are black and the wheels are bigger. As far as the gas, you can actually put regular fuel in here, which is awesome for the pocketbook. So come around here. This is the back. And so we're in our garage right now, and with our previous car, I had to, if I was getting groceries out of the car, I had to be back further so that I could open the lift gate. So with this car, I don't have to do that. Push, and voila. So this is a third row car, or third row SUV. The seats will go up to here, so obviously when we're using the third row, there's not going to be there's going to be zero cargo space. So we're going to get a hitch to put our luggage carrier, and when I do grocery runs, I will have these bins, and then I also have the cargo
organizer.
The trunk organizer that
everybody.
That I recently.
This is a Tiguan, by the way, just so you guys know.
I thought I said that. Okay. Obviously, I'm not the car expert here. I just drive it. So I have the car organizer to put all the groceries in. What else was I gonna say? Oh, there is space on the side to put, like, we have a first aid kit. On this other side, we have our vacuum, and
another handy feature is also you can pull the second row back from just a regular handle. We can't do it now because there's some car seats in it, but if you're in the back, you can actually push them, and if you have something big like a TV, big box, helping your friends move, they'll at least get unlatched, and you'll get a lot more space by doing that. Sorry for carjacking your show, babe.
Okay, so I'm not sure. Just gonna pull this down, and we'll move on to this side. So this has the keyless entry. I just tap, so it unlocked the front doors. I tap it again, I think, maybe not.
Pull back and try again. Now do it again. Here, with one there. Here, I'll help you. Hold on.
There we go. So now we can open the boys' doors for them. And that is what you got. Something else I wanted to talk about is that we have remote start. So I need to make sure this is locked, so I can do that here. And then if it's ever hot or it's really cold and I want to get the car started so I can put the heat on or the AC on, I can do that. Hopefully.
You have to lock it from the actual key fob itself, and then hit this twice. We don't use it very much, that's all. We're in California, it's not really needed that much. And then you press it again, that'll kill the ignition.
So let's...
You ready to hop in?
Yeah. Okay, so we're in the car and I wanted to show you kind of the technology that is in this car. It has the start engine, push to start. It has an electronic parking brake, which I've never had before. I like that it doesn't have like I've seen in other cars where it has the dial to do like the park and reverse. I don't know, it's just a preference for me. I like this. What else? There's cup holders here. It has has a little bit of storage here. The armrest when I'm driving is okay, but it's kind of low. And for my husband, who's a lot taller than me,
it's non-existent.
Yeah.
Unless I'm doing that California lean as I'm driving.
Okay, so the screen, I have my husband's phone hooked up right now, and we can go to Apple CarPlay, and this is the view that you get, which I think is really cool that it has Siri on here, so I can send a text message and I don't have to look down. I'm not distracted at all. And this is the map. And as far as like navigation and different things like that, I've been able to go somewhere and when I'm using the car's navigation, it shows up here. It'll talk to me and give me the directions, but it'll also be in the center screen, which I think is awesome. It'll show the estimated time of arrival. It'll, I always like to know how many miles there is to empty, although I've never let it go past a half a tank yet, or I will not do that ever. What else do I think is neat? It has a moonroof, so I'll show you that. If I can know how to do it all. It's this one, right?
Push, there you go, let go. So it has a full moonroof over the first and second row.
And then to open it, is it this way?
Mm-hmm. So you might think that's all the way, but you actually can go one more. Go ahead. I think that's about it. Let me double check. Yeah, that's this. So anyone's getting this car, that's about as far as it goes.
Let's see. It.
Do you want to show the map?
Oh, sure.
So let's go ahead and shut your door. And start her up. So one thing is nice, this, you know, Volkswagen owns Porsche, Audi. They're like the parent company, but they save a lot of their stuff for the more expensive brands. We like it. They took some of it, for example. So here's like a small view. Now you can go into a cluster view, and then finally go into a full screen. You can see this on a lot of reviews. We think that's pretty neat. I mean, do you use it very often? No, but it's nice to have it. We put it with always facing the car, not true north all the time. Kind of shows you, like for example, if you're looking for a nearby street or something like that, you can easily just kind of zoom in. Maybe see is the street, you know, like Main Street, is that 2 streets from now on my right, or is that 2 streets from now on my right? So that kind of helps a lot too. And I just commandeered my wife's video, but okay, that's enough for the engine being on, I think.
Can you turn it off?
Yeah, go for it.
Alright.
One more thing. So every time you start and stop the car, you get kind of a heads up on what you got as far as your distance, average MPG, speed, trip time, and a pretty nice kind of like representation of the car. So I interrupted again. I will step out.
Okay, so I'm just gonna read some stuff because, again, I'm not a car expert. So for me driving, I really like it. I think it's an awesome car. It feels really good. The only thing that has taken time for me to get used to is when you're at a stoplight or a stop sign, the engine will shut off, which has been weird for me to get used to. But I know it saves on gas. And so I'll get into my husband's notes.
One thing I'll add to that, my wife's right. I mean, this thing, the auto shut off is great for gas and stuff, and it's under warranty, so we're not going to turn it off yet. I kind of worry about that, but it's not as fast as some other systems. Like, for example, I got a little Mini Cooper for work. It's not as fast. Would you agree, babe? I don't think it's as fast. When we did have it turned on the Mini Cooper was pretty quick. Mm-hmm. This guy, it's maybe just as quick, but when you want to punch it, as far as like, you know, taking off from a stoplight, it lurches a little bit.
Yeah.
So you got to kind of do like that, like 2 Mississippi rule, where you let your foot off the brake. That brings the car back up, brings the engine back up, and then you like a second or two, you're pushing on the gas. Now here in California, 2 seconds is gonna be the difference between someone kind of honking at you or not. So I feel like you have to really be easy on the pedal to make it smooth. Otherwise, anything past really light touching, it does want to lurch. So that isn't the best. Steph is right. I mean, that's kind of a pain. We might even get to the point we might turn it off. But I mean, it's what they have now to try and increase gas mileage. So, yeah.
Which I love. Previously, we had a Lincoln NKT, which I love that car too, but the gas was just, I was getting gas all the time. I was filling up all the time. So back to the notes. Let's see. The engine, this is a 184 horsepower engine. The engine is just enough to haul up to 7 and still get 20 plus miles per gallon. We consistently get 23 miles per gallon with mixed driving, 26 plus when easy on the throttle.
One thing I want to add to the driving, compared to my Mini Cooper, I mean, the Mini Cooper is really small. It's not that fast. It's nimble. Compared to something like that, like a smaller BMW X3, you know, that's more of a crossover. But, you know, you get into like a sedan or a coupe or even a Mini Cooper, it's very tight. When you make a turn, the whole car reacts in one go. This, to me, being a smaller crossover, I feel like it should still be almost as nimble, but you do kind of feel the ass end coming around a little bit. It's not so bad. I mean, it's totally predictable. It doesn't scare you or anything like that. It does take a little bit to get used to, but I mean, you kind of feel that. It's not point, kind of like turn the wheel, point and go. It's nothing like that. Suspension's great, and it's predictable. So as long as it's predictable, I think it's great. It's fine. You can get used to it. But I mean, for this size, I feel like it should be a little bit better. But you know, it's a family car. It's not a race car. It's nothing to even act like you're gonna go fast coming home from work. So I think our kids are crying. So go ahead and.
Most people on YouTube would probably not share the cost of the car because it's most likely to be sponsored, but I'm not that yet. Or
I'm gonna go check on these kids while my wife tells you how much we paid for this darn thing.
So the Tiguan R-Line options give you a little over $1,500 in options, making the MSRP $36,235. The car had 8720 miles already on it because it was a demonstration vehicle for the dealership. We paid $28,885 for the car. So that is that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we will be talking to you guys soon. Bye.